Donald Trump right now is in a hospital because he is, uh, you know, uh, he has contracted the coronavirus. Uh, and while we wish the president well, I've seen a lot on Twitter from a lot of lefties who are rightly calling his ass out because, oh, I'm sorry, Christians, did I use the word ass? Ass. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. You know, um, where was I? Ah, yes. So Trump and the right wing are demanding that everyone come together for the man. Everyone come together for the president because he's sick. Thoughts and prayers. Oh, that's what they say whenever there's a shooting, and then they don't want to do anything about it. Right wing leaders and followers, because the right wing is a cult. Now, what I do have to say here is, Donald Trump is getting socialized medicine right now. Let me just put this here. If you notice, Walter Reed National Military Center or hospital, whatever it's called, the Walter Reed Hospital is actually funded by the government. So your tax dollars are going into funding that hospital. And the president actually gets a 6-room suite with its own dining room. It's got a kitchen, probably got a waiting room, a bedroom, intensive care unit, among other things. Okay, so it's not just, your meekly old hospital room. It's awesome. It's meant for a king. It's fit for a king. And look, every president has gone there. I bet Obama's gone there. I bet Clinton's gone there. I bet Bush's gone there. Okay, it's just that's just it. Okay, but I just wanted to explain this to you because everyone always tells me that I'm a radical socialist. I'm a radical socialist. Want to raise our taxes because you want to give health care to everybody and make sure that 68,000 people don't die and 5 because they don't have health care. People aren't paying the insurance companies, which are the mafia middlemen, to have co-payments and premiums and deductibles and out-of-pocket expenses, and because you want to stop the price gouging that the pharmaceutical industry is doing, and you want to stop 500,000 people from going bankrupt, because of medical debt. Anyway, so they call me a radical socialist and a bunch of us on the left, and I just really have to ask them, okay, how do you feel that your tax dollars are being spent to fund a hospital? By the way, the doctors in that hospital their salaries are paid by you and me. They're paid by our tax dollars. Hey, the nurses and the receptionists and all of that, guess what? They are actually paid by the government, meaning your tax dollars. Okay. The healthcare that Trump gets, he doesn't pay into him because all he paid was $750. How far can you stretch that? And that's the rich too. Okay, I'm not just banging on Trump, but right now this is the video about Trump. He doesn't pay for it really. You do. So all my right wingers will say, "Oh my God, did you know healthcare is not free?" Oh, but you just want to raise our taxes, yeah, because you want to fund healthcare, right? You're paying for the doctors, you're paying for the receptionists, you're paying for the nurses. By the way, the healthcare that Trump's getting, and by the way, the medical equipment, the defibrillators, the oxygen machines, the I can't pronounce all the names, but the steroids that Trump is getting, and all the medical treatments, any shots, any medicine, anything, breathing tubes or whatever he's had, that's all funded by you. That's all funded by the government. That's all funded by your tax dollars. So I don't, really want to hear from another right winger again or any centrist Democrat. Hey, you want to raise our taxes. You want to pay for healthcare for everybody, and healthcare is not free. And why does the left wing always want to raise our taxes? Well, right now, and they want to use my taxes to pay for everybody's. I don't want to pay for your healthcare. Why do I want to pay for your healthcare? I'm a Republican. I don't want to pay for your healthcare. F you. I don't want to pay your healthcare. Well, F you too. Okay? Because right now we're paying for a bastard's healthcare. A guy who let 200,000 people die on his watch. A guy who's letting 750 to 1,000 people a day die from healthcare, or die from not having healthcare, and the pandemic. You have 40 to 50,000 people a day being infected, 7 million in total, 20% of the world's deaths, 4% of the world's population. You have over 40 million people losing their jobs, over 40 million people potentially losing their homes. You've got wages being slashed. People continue to be laid off to this day. You know, all of that culminating into the president and the right wing just saying, F you, I don't care if you get sick. It's not our problem. And by the way, there are still people right now who are getting the coronavirus and they're being told, go home, take some Tylenol, hope you get better. Haha. Call 911 if you need to get picked up by an ambulance. Oh, by the way, that's $10,000 on your insurance bill if you do that. The president got a free trip to Walter Reed National Hospital, because he's the president of the United States, and our taxes went into that. So while he doesn't give a shit about you and lets us all go bankrupt, and he lets us all, a lot of people die because they don't have COVID, because they don't have health care, and they can't get treated for COVID, and they're told to just go home and sayonara, hope you don't die. We lose our wages, we lose our health care, we lose our jobs, we lose our livelihoods, we lose our homes. And guess what? This son of a bitch still gets to go to the White House. This son of a bitch gets to keep his motorcade. He gets to keep his presidential salary, even though he's sitting on his ass not doing his job, right? And I know right-wingers are going to call me crazy. And they're going to tell me that I'm not being nice enough to the president, and I'm not coming together in this time of grief and mourning, and trying to wish for the president to get well. If I remember, he also mocked Joe Biden for wearing a mask. He didn't order testing kits early on. He didn't mandate masks early on. He tweeted things like liberate Virginia and Michigan and all these states because they're run by radical Democrats, and don't keep them shut down. F your grandma. We need the stock market to do well. He knew early on in February this thing was going to be deadly, and he said it was worse than the flu. But then in public, he was saying, nah, it's just like the flu. Then when the audio tapes were released, we knew he knew. There's absolutely no way for him to say, oh, I didn't know about the virus. Come on. Who would have known? No more. And he kept saying it's going to go away. It affects virtually nobody. Oh, now that it affects them. Oh, now that he got it. Oh. Everybody get a mask. Get a mask. Put it on your face. Please wear a mask. Wear a mask, please. Okay? Even though, before at rallies, at Supreme Court nomination announcements, at, the debate, and everywhere else, we're not wearing a mask. But hey, now the president got it? Hey, anyone have a mask? Does anyone have a mask? Oh, anything. Oh, please give me. Oh. I'm not sure if you can tell. Flip it both sides. It's a bag of lifesaver gummies. Anyway, smells good. That's what's happening, is that now it's affected the president of the United States, the man who downplayed the virus for months, who still mocks people wearing masks, who still won't mandate it. I don't give a damn. Okay, I tried being as nice as possible and say, look, we want to wish the president well. Here's what it could do for the election. You know what? I think here's what we should do. Let Trump go back to the White House. Okay, go send him back to the White House and tell him, you know what, Mr. President, I'm sorry, we don't have enough for you here. Go take Tylenol, hope you get better. And then let him be upstairs in the residence of the White House and take away his job, take away his salary, which, he doesn't really need. I don't know why he gets his salary anyway. Put that to funding healthcare, education, or, something, right? And you know what? Just evict him, right? Throw him out of the White House. Show him what every single American has been going through ever since the start of the pandemic. Ever since the start. Let him do that. Because guess what? That's exactly what he made all of us do. All of us that are now doing work in school online, all of us that are losing our health care, our jobs, our wages, our homes, our livelihoods, everybody, okay? Look, he was reckless even when he knew Hope Hicks had the virus. He flew to a fundraiser in New Jersey. He was all hugging the First Lady and everybody else, and Come on. This is really bad and hypocritical. So cry me a river if the right wing is mad that I'm posting this video and that a bunch of people are saying these kinds of things that I've said on this video, because right now the president is becoming a socialist. This president is getting socialized medical care, the one that he bags on every single day, okay? And all the right wingers bag on every single day. Oh, where's the argument right now? Where is it? Where is it? Okay? Because right now, there are millions of Americans who don't have healthcare because of your type of healthcare system. There are plenty of Americans who are told, you can't stay at this hospital, go home and hopefully don't die with the virus. There are people who have to say goodbye to their parents and their grandparents and their loved ones on the phone while a nurse holds the phone up to them because they can't be in the hospital. Because they don't have the exact medical care that the president does. Okay? So cry me a river, and I don't give a damn if the right wing gets angry at the fact that I'm posting a video saying that the president's getting socialized healthcare and he should actually give it to all of us, because this is him being a hypocrite as always, and I don't give a shit. I really don't. If right wingers are mad that we're not mourning and praying for the president's well-being, because he's never done it for us.